What's going on, guys? Gabriel Beltran from the Econ Millionaire again with you. I just want to share with you a couple stuff that one of my students was going through, and he was making money, but at the same time losing money, and I explain you why. A lot of times you guys focus on the wrong product margin. Okay, so I'm just gonna show you some proof here. Today is horrible. I had to scale down, and I show you why it's horrible. I got to scale down from let me show you from the 24th till now. Hold on, I got to scale down because Facebook is going through some updates again, I believe, and it's fucking me up. So we were scaling up, and then here it starts scaling down again. You see that? Scaling down, scaling down, scaling down. And the reason why is because the spending the money is not an issue, but getting the money to make you profits, that's the issue. And the product I'm selling, I've been selling it since August. Let me just show you. If I go to August, the entire month, that's when I discovered the product, and I scale it out here. You see how I scale it out? And then I've been selling the same product since then. Then December was a good month. December we did over $1 million, and this month, actually February. Yeah, February I started scaling it again because it was Chinese New Year. That I did not have inventory, so I scaled it again at the end of the month. Okay, so that's how easy it is once you guys learn the right strategy, and you have some money in order to fund the ads. Okay, remember that. Let me get a sip of coffee, guys. So my video has two sides of it. One, I wanted to stretch your mindset, okay, and make you believe these kind of numbers are real and possible, because when I started in Shopify back in 2016, it was all about making $1,000 a day. Today, it's all about making 100K a day. That's the reality. And you can do it too. Listen, guys, I started with $500 to my name, and now I'm here. Why? Because the money will roll out like a snowball effect once you get a winning product. I always concentrate on one single winning product. The reason being is because I can negotiate a better rate with my distributor from China. I don't have to deal with variants. I hate product with variants, so I always push and scale hard products that are single product. They don't have variants, they don't have color options, and you pretty much can literally scale it to the moon and do bundles like buy 1, buy 3, buy 5. Okay, providing more value with a less amount of money. That's usually when people taking about 20%. That's my dog in the back, actually. Yeah, so has long nails. So you can actually take those products, bundle them up, and people are gonna convert about 15 to 20% buying more, because the more they get for the money, the better it is for them. So, like I said, I scaled down this month. I'm itching to scale up again, okay? To scale up again, and hopefully tomorrow it's gonna be better, because yesterday, March 5th, actually Facebook was almost a half of the day with the pixels on red. I mean, it was not even firing, not even tracking anything. So I think it messed up my whole algorithm. So that's what I gotta say. So the mistake my student made, okay? My student sold $33,000 his first month in Shopify, and he spent about $8,000 or more. And you might think, wow, I spent 8, made 33. That's great. But in reality, it wasn't, because the product he chose, he was not even marking up the product 3 to 5x like I do. For example, sorry, if I buy this $5, I'm selling it at 37. Okay, but he was doing pretty much this, selling the product for $90 and paying $50 for it. So there's not a 3-to-1 ratio on margin. So what happened is, you have to identify from the store. For example, if you have 10 sales on that day and that make you $1,000 on revenue, meaning you selling each product at $100, but you know the cost per product, it is, I don't know, $60, then what you do is this. This is the math that I do really quick to see if I'm on the right track. Okay, I do this. 10 products times $60, it is $600. So then I identify from $1,000, 60% of that, 60% of the entire revenue of the store goes to product fulfillment. Now, and if you spend, let's say 1x, you spend $500 on traffic to sell 1,000, which in my case, I'm making money even with spending 7,000 to sell 11,000 or 10,000. I'm profitable. Listen to me. I'm profitable spending 6 to 7,000 to make 10 to 11,000 in revenue. But in his case, he's losing money even doing 1x, meaning he spends 500 and sells $1,000. That's why you always, if you're doing e-commerce in Shopify, you always gotta concentrate on products that are gonna give you 3 to 5x fold, meaning that your numbers should be about 22% from the revenue of the store should be to pay for the product, and the rest pay for the ads. So do the math. Whatever you're selling right now, do this exercise with me. Check it out how much you sell yesterday. Let's say, I'm giving it to you again. Let's say I sold $1,000. It was 10 products that $100 each. It doesn't matter what it is. Just do the math. See how many products you sold and do the math of how much money it's for the product. So if your product cost was $250, guess what? Times 25%, you're great. $250 is your cost per product. So meaning that if you have a day of $15,000 and you spend $8,000 to sell that, you're gonna do 15,000 times 25%. Now product cost, it is $3,750 plus $7,000 that you spend to make the 15,000. Guess what? $10,750 it is cost of advertising and products minus what you sold, $15,000, meaning you profit $4,250. Okay, that's the math, that's the idea. Okay, I give it to you on another example. Let's say you sold $20,000. Okay, you sold, let's say, 1,000 units, and each unit cost you $750. Okay, you sold 1,000 units times $750. That is $7,500 from $20,000. So that is what, $20,000. You have to do the math times 35%. It's more. $20,000 times 34%. Nope, more. $20,000 times 40%. It is 8,000, so it should be around 35%. $20,000 times 35%, it is 7,000. I'm missing $500, so it's gonna be 37%. $20,000 times 37%, it is $7,400. So let's say it's gonna be $20,000 times 38%. Boom, I'm over $100. I don't care. I'd rather be over than under. So 38% of your store is for the product, and you spend, let's say you spend $12,000 to make $20,000. So check it out. This is how you do it. $20,000 times 38% is and still up higher. I'm telling you, try to keep it under 25%. That way, guys, you can spend more in Facebook in order to make a sale. And Facebook right now is going up. So the more you can afford to acquire the front end sale, the better it is, and the faster you're gonna be. The fastest that you're gonna be able to scale, pretty much. Okay, so $7,600 is cost of the product, plus we said we spend, let's say, $12,000 to make $20,000 revenue. Okay, so it's $12,000 plus 7,600. It's 1960 minus 20,000. You only profit $400. So you spend $12,000 to only profit $400. Guys, I know the math is a little bit weird, okay, but this is my way of looking at things. So what does that mean? That means that at anything above 30% of cost of the product from the revenue of the store, you are losing money, pretty much. Not losing because you made $400, but hey, I wouldn't like to spend $12,000 to make $400. I don't know about you, but not me, no. So what I recommend you guys is, like I said, let me do the math again. Try to stick around between 20 and 25%. That is gonna be the cost of the product versus the revenue. Meaning, if you buy a product for $5, you're gonna sell it for let's say $25. Okay, so now $25 times 20%, it's the cost of the product. You got it? Let me do it again. $25 times 20%, it's the cost of the product. $5. So if you have a day of $30,000, okay, times 20%, you already need to spend $6,600 in product. Plus, let's say, check this out. Let's say you spend $16,000. No, it's $30,000. I'm sorry. Let's say you spend $24,000. Okay, $24,000 to make $30,000. Okay, plus $24,000. You're negative. Okay, I'm negative. But if you sold, realities, guys, you're gonna be over, like when you do 30,000 with a product, you're always gonna be in profit. When you have a 20% margin, just for the product, you're always gonna be in profit. Let's say I spent $18,000. Okay, it's less than 1x. Okay, we always try to shoot for 3x, but this is less than 1x. Let's say I spend 20%. Let's say I spend to make 30K, $18,000. You're at 24 minus the $30,000. Now your profit is $6,000. Okay, and if I do the math, if I do the math of $18,000 times 2, you should be making 36,000, but instead you make only 30,000, meaning you're at $6,000 under 1x fold of doubling the money on Facebook. And majority of the people, guys, majority of the people are doing more than doubling the money. When you spend $1, you usually get 3 back. Okay, but when you start scaling, like I scale fast and aggressively to $100,000 days, the profit margin is gonna be lower. But this is my math. I rather, because I have the money now, and this is it was hard for me to understand at the beginning because I didn't have the money to fund the ads. But to me, I'd rather spend $50,000 in one day to make $10,000 profit than spend $5,000 and make $7,000 profit. You see the difference? Why? Because it doesn't matter how much money I spend. The money I spend is coming back regardless. So it's all about how much money you have on the bank and how much tolerance you have to dish out $50,000 in a day to just acquire $10,000. What I see, guys, I don't care how much money I'm spending. What I care is how much money I'm profiting every day, because that is the pile up is going up on my bank account. Makes sense? So you got to ask yourself that question, because every time you scale, and trust me, I can show you. Let me show you how I scale. Let me just go back an entire year so you can see the ups and downs. When I scale, man, I scale. I don't give a fuck. I just scale. I just scale. Look. Let it refresh for a second, and you're gonna see it now. $5.8 million. Look when I scale. This is what's at the beginning stages. Then whoop, we're getting up there, and then whoop, you see that? Boom, boom, boom. That's how you scale, guys. You got, once you identify the product, you gotta plug the trigger, right? And if you don't have the money, man, there's so many options now. Even funding, you can actually get $40,000-$50,000 in funding and actually pay it back within 15 months, as long as you live in the United States and you have 650 Beacon credit score. So if you guys are interested maybe in funding, let me know in the comment section, and I make another video showing you the contacts that I have for you guys to get funding. Okay, so review this video. This video is gonna go on top of people's head. I know you gotta watch it over and over and over because the math is confusing, especially what I'm telling you. When you scale, don't focus on the money you're spending, focus on the money you're gaining. Make sense? All right, guys, love you all. See you later in another video. Bye-bye.